Have you ever wanted to or been asked to make a home movie, but you were kind of at a loss because you just didn't know what it entailed? Well, I'm here to put some of those fears at bay and pick up where I left off last week on how to make your own home movie. Last week got a little bit into the equipment, talked about organization, sourcing material, what to look for. But today I'm going to take a deeper dive and really look at what you're going to need to capture your home movie. As a reference for this video, I'm going to be talking about my stem cell journey that started back in October of 2024. Back then, what I wanted to do was to make a video diary that I could then parse out into two 5 to 10 minute videos, kind of a before and after, that I could then share online that really served as like a testimonial for what the experience was like. Fast forward a couple years later, and those two 5 to 10 minute videos has turned into a full-blown feature documentary, and the camera that I chose to shoot it on is a big reason why. Now, before I get into the camera, please do me a favor, like and comment on the video below, subscribe to the channel, and share the channel and the video with a friend. It will really help me to grow. And if you want to support me, you can go to jakeolmanphotography.com. I will put a link down in the description. I have a store there. You can buy merch, you can order prints, you can buy my movies. It's a great way to help me out. So now let's get back into it.
Hey, got one of them for me?
Before I started my stem cell treatment, I put a lot of time and effort into thinking about how I wanted to document my journey. I landed on this thing right here, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, I'm sure if you're online, you've seen tons of people using these things. It's a great little camera. Now, I already have a good phone. I have a GoPro. I have a Canon mirrorless camera. So why do I need to go out and spend money on a brand new camera system when I already have all these tools? I wanted something that I could easily travel with. Now, for the last 3 years, I've mainly been off my feet most of the time, on the couch, sitting in a chair, but not really spending a lot of time on my feet because of the pain. Traveling with a mirrorless camera setup with the camera bag and the batteries and the lenses and all that just didn't really seem feasible. So having ruled out my mirrorless camera, it brought me down to two options: the phone and the GoPro. So let's start with the phone. These things are great. They really are. You can do so much with them. If I had had one of these when I was a kid, I would have been making all kinds of movies and short form content. I mean, truth be told, I do use this thing. I use it a lot, but I usually use it in the capacity of it's the only camera that's within reach. It's in my pocket, it's on my desk. I want to get a thought, I see something, it's the easily accessible thing, and that's what I use it the most for. However, I have never looked at the phone as my primary camera. First off, I don't shoot with my phone with the same type of intentionality that I do with my other cameras. I'm old school. I like buttons and gears and focus rings and things that have that operator feel that I just don't get from the phone. Now, I understand that like you can kit the phones out and you can add all the accoutrement to it, and people do shoot features and commercials and music videos and all kinds of stuff on their phones. I'm not knocking that. They are a great, useful tool. It's just not for me.
Is that a shit?
And the second thing that I don't like about the phone is that when I'm recording testimonials, it's not using these cameras, it's using this little camera.
Jet.
Now, yes, of course, I could flip it around and shoot myself this way, but I typically like to frame up what I'm recording, so it's just kind of, that's not really doing it for me. Which then brings me to the GoPro. I have been using GoPros ever since the first edition. As you can see, I still have my first one with the waterproof housing. Great little cameras, fun features, easy to use. Oh, and just as a FYI with all this stuff, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have any endorsement deals. All the cameras that I'm talking about, all the equipment that I'm talking about are stuff that I bought for myself personally. They're things that I like to use. I use them for different reasons and different applications. So just bear that in mind. I'm not trying to hawk anybody's gear, make money off of anybody's stuff. The stuff I use is because I like it. I could have easily kitted out my GoPro to be a creator kit so that I could vlog with it, but it just didn't feel right to me. I've mostly used these things as a mounted camera for sports, for snowboarding. Sometimes I've used it for time lapses, car mounts, but I've never really looked at it like I'm going to be recording, audio-based content. A lot of the time I'm just picking up the camera and talking to it. And not to say that you can't do that with this, of course you can. You can do just about anything with pretty much anything that's on the market, but it's what's gonna feel right for you. So this has all led me to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I really like, and since purchasing this camera, I have used it a ton. What does this camera offer me that the phone and the GoPro and those other things don't? When I was researching my purchase, I was looking at the Osmo. I was looking at doing a GoPro type creator kit. I was also looking at some point and shoot cameras that had good video capabilities, as well as like a couple of handy cams that are still on the market. But ultimately, I ended up here. And the criteria that I was looking for was price, ease of use, form factor, and finally, features. The price was right, as they say. Come on down!
Here it comes!
It wasn't the cheapest option. I think I'm all in on the kit for 900 bucks. There were some point and shoots that were a little bit more, but had I gone with the GoPro creator kit, because I already own the GoPro and would just need to buy a couple of different accessories, that definitely would have been the cheaper option. But like I said, I just felt like for what I was trying to do, that this camera best served my needs. This thing is just easy to use. You have this hard shell case. They also have a soft shell case because I did buy like an extra battery, and I have the ND filters for this camera as well. You have a nice little wide angle that magnetizes in there and then will clip to the front lens element. And then you have the DJI mic system that has the little magnet there, as well as will just clip on. Like I said, you see these things all over the internet. People are always use them because it's easy. Next up, it's the form factor, and I really do like the form factor of this camera. It's a modular design. The tripod, just screws right in there. You have the extra battery that will clip on and off, and when you have it sitting out, I gravitate towards using it. Anytime I just want to get something off my chest, or I just want to talk, or I'm inspired about what I'm going through, or I'm thinking about it and how I'm feeling. Some days are up, some days are down. This is just perfect. It's right there. I grab it, I flip it on, and I just start recording. The camera makes it really easy for me to document my progress, which is the most important thing. Lastly, I chose this camera for its features. The flip screen with the lens element, you can switch from selfie mode to operator mode while we're recording, is really nice. My favorite feature is the gimbal. If you're on the move a bunch, like being on a road trip, the camera performs. The other thing I like is the 180 spin shot. It's a little cliche at this point, but it's just cool. I mean, especially if you're traveling or doing any kind of architectural shooting, that feature just really lends itself to getting you some cool shots, and it's a lot of fun to use. And the best part of this camera by far is just the fact that I like to use it. And since buying it, I've used it a ton. And for somebody who doesn't like putting themselves on camera, similar to what I'm doing right now, it's important to have something that you like to use, because then chances are you're just gonna use it more, and you're gonna fulfill your goal of documenting the story you're trying to live and learn. Now this piece plays like a video diary, and I am using all of my cameras. I use my Osmo as my main camera to record all of my sort of internal dialogue, and then I'm mixing in some of my GoPro and my phone, and occasionally I'll do some mirrorless stuff, but the Osmo is my spine. That's kind of like, you know, my background, because that's where all the audio is going to come from that's going to drive the narrative. The other thing that I really like about this camera is that, and I didn't think about this at all when I first got it, but it lends itself to longer takes. So oftentimes I will pick it up and I'll start talking, and I'm just pausing, I'm thinking, I'm kind of working through the ideas and stuff that I have in my head, which, you know, if I was trying to do it on a mirrorless camera, I wouldn't want to hold it that long, or, you know, I'd have to have a tripod where it was like set up and that kind of thing. So I'm just getting those very long, uninterrupted takes that I probably wouldn't have gotten any other way. So now that I've given a full-throated endorsement for a Chinese manufacturer that I don't receive kickbacks from or don't have any kind of sponsor deal with, what is the point of this video? And it is this. Think about the situations that you're going to find yourself in and what's going to work best for you. Know your story and how you want to tell it, and that will greatly influence the type of gear that you bring to the table.
Have you tried one of these?
Wow, well, thanks.
Thank you for coming along on my home video journey. I hope my tips and insights help shed a little light on the production process and some of the things that you need to think about when you go into making your own home movie. I've said it before and I'll say it again because it definitely bears repeating, is that the cameras and the tools that I use for my productions and my home movie and my videos, they're not going to be the same, right? You're probably going to use different things. Some might be higher end, some might be just the phone. That doesn't matter. It's really how you're thinking about the production process. The more informed you are when you go in to shoot your home movie or whatever video content that you're shooting, the more seamless the production process is. Production is hard. Storytelling is hard. There's a lot of moving parts. So the more prepared you are going into it, the better off you're going to be. Once again, I am Jake. You are watching It's OI, Not AI. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.